Thanks for stopping by for today's project. Have a look at this beauty right here. This is a 1983 Honda. It's a Honda 1983 Honda 600 XLR. Did I say that right?
I don't know.
I think I said that right. This is my dream bike. My name is Uncle Jake, by the way. This here's Dr. Torque. And we got this baby, and there's a problem with it. And we don't know what the problem is. The problem that we are told is that the engine will turn over, how shall we describe this, through one of the cycles, whether it's the exhaust or the, how do we describe that?
Well, it's a 4-stroke engine, so
Correct.
There's 4 cycles or whatever you want to call it, up and down. So
cycles, that's what I was trying to think of, yeah.
So it's not like, a cycle isn't a full rotation, it's like up or down for the piston. So it's like goes up twice and down twice to be the 4 cycles. And so it goes through almost 4 and then stops, we're told.
Yeah, stops. So obviously it doesn't run, but it's not seized. But what is causing that? So the guy that had this said that he had the heads rebuilt on this. The head was rebuilt on this. Or heads, how would you say that? Head on this one, right? Isn't that weird with the bike? Yeah. And so all it needed was the carburetor. Well, that's obviously not the case, because if something's obstructing that piston from going through all the cycles, is that a valve? What is it?
Yeah, my guess by the description you give is that possibly the intake valve is open still when it comes to top dead center on the compression stroke.
Yeah.
And so it hits the valve and cannot turn anymore.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff that came with this. We're going to take a look at what we have, and then we're going to try to do some scoping and figure it out. But as I said, as a kid, this was my dream bike, because I had a 1978, a 78 XL 125. It was awesome, except for the dual shocks that had, like, by the time I got it, probably like 2 inches of travel. And so when you go over jumps and slam down, even as a teenager, it just hurt. It hurt. This baby has a monoshock. Look at that. It's magnificent.
What's significant about the monoshock on this, Jake?
It's the first year. The first year they came out with the monoshock. Also, check this out, Maximus. Hey, Maximus, come here. He's not even paying attention. It's your big scene, Maximus.
Hey,
it's your big scene and you're not even paying attention. You guys remember Maximus? Maximus the Magnificent. He has grown a lot. He's added dozen or more pounds.
Go there.
Actually, he's added a couple dozen pounds since the last time.
Oh, man.
Maximus is here to help.
You here to help?
Who's here to help?
I'm here to clean leaves.
Who's here to clean leaves and help? Maximus, where you come, puppy? All right, now let's start tearing into this baby and just an inspection and see what the heck we've got. Let's start taking some things apart and see what we find. There's this whole box of parts over here too, and we got different tanks. So the seat. Let's see. Let's put this down here. Let's put this on the chair. Now, supposedly, there's some cloth in the seat in there. We'll dig into that box of goodies. So, obviously, we got, these are brand new.
Fuel line, fuel filter.
Line. Okay, awesome.
The cable of some sort.
Switching.
I don't know if that's a throttle or brake cable.
Wow.
Or something.
Okay.
Thing for your cup.
Oh, looks.
Those are filters. Those are uni filters.
That's cool.
Carbon air filters.
Man, this is like Christmas you're opening.
This is a, that must be your
There's
seat
a
cover.
seat. XL. Hey, that's XL. It's even the right one.
Extra large.
Extra large. An exhaust down here.
Side doohickeys.
Are those new?
They look new.
We got all new plastic for this thing.
Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, look at that one. Wow, fenders.
Then there's this thing.
Then there's that thing.
Goes in the back under the seat over the fender. Under the fender,
like that.
maybe? I don't know. Then there's more goodies in there that I'm not going to grab.
Brake lights.
Oh.
What the heck is this? What is that for?
That's a wrench of some sort.
Specialty tool. Oh, hey, these are new tires. I didn't even pay attention to that. Look at that. Like, I think these even got the little rubber deal. This isn't. Is the front like that too? Wow, it is. Okay, new tires. And disc brakes. That is another thing that my 70s model definitely did not have. Let's wait on that. Let's finish examining what we got here, because the other thing we've got is a really cool, I love this. This tank, let's actually take a look at this tank. You have your pen light. You got your pen light. Uh-oh. Yeah. Dr. Torque is a little bit on the injured side. Ooh, that is gross in there. That is rusty, and can you see in there? Yeah, so I'm glad I'm not using that one anyway. So that's good that we've got. I mean, there's lots of extra parts on this, which is pretty dang cool. But we got this guy right here. Let's actually see what this looks like when we take this off. Let's put that down. I mean, the plastic one's got to be good on the inside, right? Unless it's filled full of dirt.
Full of dirt, or had, oops, helps if it's on.
Yeah.
Or it had gas in it that's just been evaporating and going
gas.
to
Gross
slimy.
Gas.
Yeah, it's all yellowed in there, but that can be dumped out and flushed, and
that's gross.
No
wow,
rust.
That is gross. Okay. Yeah, but no rust. No rust is good rust, as I just decided to say.
It's like shit.
Okay, let's take a look at this baby. The first thing that we see here is that's a little worn and bent, but not bad. Whoa, that that is a bad weld job, man. I think they use splatter, like they welded something beside it and they just let the splatter come over and weld that. And that's cracked right here. Okay, so we got a little bit of welding. Is there anything else? And this has been painted. You see the overspray on the shock. So at some point, so why would this be painted at some point? I mean,
Somebody wrecked it, welded this as an attempt at a repair, and then painted this, and it didn't look right. So they painted the rest of the frame to match.
you think so? Maybe. I mean, that's a decent theory. How's the gauges look? Busted, but it only got 9,344 miles on it.
Only 9,000?
Look at that. What is... Okay. High beam for the blue, turn signal, and neutral. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So we got a few indicator lights on this baby. Yeah, that one. That's like going in that neutral. That'd be bad. That'd be bad.
Do this. Oh no, it's broken.
Oh no. The Christmas tree's lit up. First impression on this is definitely there's been some work at some point done on this, and I'm not even sure what all work, but most of the stuff has been taken off the frame. You can tell that, and painted-ish, and a little bit of welding. Oh, check. So here's another thing. Look at this. So look at the welding on this. Someone did not know how to weld. That is the kickstand. That is not pretty at all. So we got to figure out what's going on with that. It'd be nice to get the kickstand on here that actually kicks it up and holds it so we don't use a milk crate. I don't see any other frame damage on it. I mean, that's important. I don't see anything bent or broken besides up here. That all looks pretty good. I mean, from what we can see under here, it looks pretty good. Okay, so initial just looking it over is interesting. We gotta figure out what a lot of these wires and stuff are, but it's not that complicated in the system. So I guess now we need to try to duplicate it stopping the... And looking in here, there's no plug. So
that releases.
That definitely will release the pressure. That's a brand new spark plug, it looks like. All right, so we don't have any compression to worry about. Oh, I hear it.
That is not moving in either direction very easily.
No?
Out, but
Just because we don't know. Okay, it's turning.
that's not turning.
So does it feel like it hit something?
It does.
It does. Okay, so we're certainly duplicating the obstruction. So, I mean, we got the piston out. We definitely want, or the piston. We don't have the piston. We don't have the piston out yet. We have the spark plug out, so we can look down in there with our cameras. And oh, that's. I'm gonna give it some gas for you.
Yeah, give it some gas. So you wanted to fire up a borescope and look down
I
at that
think
thing
so.
and see what we see?
What do we want? What do we want to put it where it's stuck, right? Like,
Well, we just go back and forth.
and then check it out. Yeah, let's get the scopes out. That's why we got them. We got two to see what will work better. We've got one that is from Harbor Freight and one that is from the internet that connects to your phone. I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm essentially running two cameras at the same time and sticking this down the pie hole. Of the yeah, stick it down the pie hole. All right, there's the pie hole in there.
Never done if you keep calling it names.
It is. Yeah, this. Okay, so we got the orientation right. That's the first step. Everything's in the world is as it should be. Then we go back down here, and we go down to the pie hole, or maybe. Just, that looks like a giant cylinder, and there's a valve, a couple valves. So, what am I seeing here? All right, you gotta turn this baby.
Should have checked to see which direction you wanted
Oh,
to go.
there he goes. Tally-ho! Okay, go ahead. This, and back up.
Donk.
And that's hitting something right there?
It feels very hitty.
Okay, so this is what we have to explore. Okay, so let's get maybe, we're gonna play around this a little bit, get the mirror. We'll try to show you what we find there, but it's great to have this camera. So this is your chance to see if these actually work. They are limited. It's not like you get this camera and the whole world opens up in there. It's, you know, it's a little tough to see and a little tough to navigate, but we're gonna try a couple things. We got a mirror attachment with this one from Harbor Freight, so we're gonna see what we see. We'll see what we see. Okay, can you see the phone? So,
I can't turn it over and point at
that's
the same
okay.
time.
The cylinder and the cylinder wall look pretty good. There's some scratches on the top there, but that's from me on the camera. So as I turn this, the whole thing looks, you can't see there, that's a big nothing. Big nothing burger, there we go. But the cylinder walls look pretty good, right? Those don't look like they're having an issue. So that's nice. I don't think we're gonna get to see the valves like I was hoping. I think that the valves are going to still be a mystery. We're still exploring these cameras. I still would love to have one that you can look up, because everything we do is usually, like this would work good for your drain or tailpipe, I don't know, garbage disposal, something like that, but not so good when you're trying to look in something and back up. So we'll keep you posted. Okay, so sort of a fail, but not entirely.
Well,
Cylinder
there's a
wall
piston
looks
in there.
good, and the piston looks good. The piston moves, which we kind of knew with the wheel moving, but can't see the valves. So the next step is what, Doctor? What do you suggest our next step is?
Well, we've got these four caps, this one, and then ones on the other side, that I assume are for adjusting the valves. And there's a chance maybe somebody didn't know what they were doing and they just cranked them down and the valves are stuck open because of that.
Well, he did say he had the valves rebuilt. He claims it was running prior to that.
Well, if he took the head off and then had the head rebuilt and then put it back on and didn't know how to adjust the valves correctly
Yeah.
when he did it,
Wouldn't that
he
be a
might have
win?
just tightened the nuts until they were tight, which would totally cause what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So what I would suggest we do is take those off and loosen the rockers all the way.
See if we can get it to go.
And then see if we can rotate the engine. That would tell us for sure it's the valves that are hitting.
So yeah, so I don't mind sharing. At this point, because of its condition, with everything, we're probably about $1,500 into this. So it has the potential, if we can get it running and it's not destroyed, to be quite profitable and fun. Okay, so this is probably metric, but metric of course we have a size bigger and we have a size smaller, but we don't have the right size. However, I just in this curiosity went to try a standard, and a 15/16 hits the bill. It's a big one that I was thinking might be tighter, but hopefully not tight.
Did you say hits the bill?
Hits the bill.
Pretty sure it's fits the bill.
No, it's new. Hits the bill.
Patent.
Patent pending.
Trademark.
But did you see
Registered
this?
trademark.
Look at this. I don't think I think I could open that almost by hand. What do we see in there?
We see the adjuster for the rocker arm or whatever.
Oh, wow. Well,
Not tight.
no.
I tried on the other side and I couldn't loosen it by finger, but I'm also half crippled right now.
Well,
so.
then, let's see. No, that one's... Maybe
That's
this
the one I
one.
tried.
Oh, but it's just past finger tight.
Oh, maybe that's all it's supposed to be.
Well, it's got a little rubber seal, so...
Yeah, it's
probably.
got an O-ring.
But I would imagine a little tighter than that. Oh, no! I didn't keep the order.
Oh, man.
Nuts.
Sock puppet over it.
Yeah, oh, if we didn't say why, Tom's hand's injured at the moment. And there's a brace on there, and so you can't put a glove over a brace, so we had to get the sock puppet out. Hey, everybody. I thought he was going to make fun of me there for a minute. He didn't.
I wouldn't make fun of you.
No,
Jake.
never. Never.
I'm insulted.
I'm insulted that you thought of it before me.
So there's two things here. There's this slit on the top that is the actual adjustment, and then there's a nut here that's just a jam nut that, you know, holds the adjustment where you put it.
Right, yeah, right here.
So
Yeah. Okay, so the way you do this is you just break this nut loose, which is very simple like that, and then you just screwdriver carefully and just turn that up, right?
Sure.
4. Do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we see if it'll close anymore. Well, it moved a little bit. That's a potentially a kind of good sign. Let's do that again. 1. Ooh, that's getting really loose.
We might take them all the way out to do what we're doing.
Well, let's...
Don't drop it down in there, though.
Ah, dude, it went over. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did I get that on film? I hope I got that on film. That's a good sign because loosening those up allowed this to go through the full cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hitting anymore.
That's exciting. That is really cool sign. That is a good sign. Now, we don't know if they're still not bent or something.
We don't know
valves.
if they're not bent, and we don't know if the timing's actually correct. All we know is we loosen the valve adjustment so much that it's not allowing the piston to hit them anymore.
Yeah.
So we got to get on the interwebs and find out what the valve adjustment is. Hopefully you have those things that I said a few minutes ago that I can't remember the name of.
Feeler gauges.
Feeler gauges in the right size to adjust these valves correctly.
Yeah. Well, let's go look. But that is an encouraging step. We're not out of the water yet,
At least
but
we
that's
know
an
the
encouraging
exhaust
step.
valves aren't.
Okay, so one of the things that we're trying to do here for the adjustment of these valves is to take these two things out right here, these little plugs. This one allows you to turn the engine over ratchet. And this one, what does this one do?
That shows you the timing marks.
Oh yes, timing marks, very important. And yet you'll note that this is completely stripped out. And it is in there tight. So is this one. And I just hate when people do that. I mean, I know it happens sometimes, happened to all of us, and I don't know the history of this. It's just looking around at some of the welds and things, you kind of want to blame it all on the same guy. Don't know if that's the case, but now we've got this stuff. This one is in here tight. So we're going to try to tap it a little bit and see if we can get it out, and then order some new plugs, which is the other thing once you strip it out. So we're going to give that a shot and see what happens. Might have been perfect. Oh, it's turning, it's turning, it's turning. Cool, 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 cool. Ow, that hurt. That's what you don't want. Okay, we got it.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet indeed. Now, here's what you don't do. Don't put it back in. Get a new one. Get a new one. That's what you do. Okay, awesome. Awesome. That is really great though. Boy, that sucker was stripped bad. This one's not stripped as much, but pretty stripped. There's an eye. Beautiful.
Rock
See
back
that,
and
baby?
forth and see if the valves, the rockers try to move at all.
Okay.
Go forward and backwards a little bit.
You just a little bit that way, a little bit that way,
I'm not seeing any
a little
movement.
bit that way.
Go around one one rotation, maybe just hook the, okay, I see the exhaust opening right now.
Okay.
There's the intake opening.
Okay. And
Then go back to the T again.
back to the T again. Is the T. Right
Okay,
there.
so we're top dead center. of
Top
the
dead
compression
center.
stroke.
Excellent. 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 Top dead center of compression stroke. Okay.
And that's where we want to adjust.
Boy, that was really good that we did have that thing to take it out. Okay, it was worth the battle on that one. The correct size is is 0.05 millimeters, or 0.002 inches.
So 2/1000ths of an inch,
Yeah.
or 51/1000ths of a millimeter
On the intake side.
on the intake.
On the exhaust side, what is it?
It's 4/1000ths. I don't
4/1000s.
remember what the metric size is.
Well, yeah, 4,000. So, the way to do this, I'll show you around this with you if you can. If you can hold it. The way to do this is to make sure that's loose. I can just pick it up on that. Big gap in there. And then I'm gonna use my hand to just adjust it down until it's just pinching. Just a little bit. Like, you don't want to be tight. You want to be able to slide back and forth. So right there. That's it. Then, you very carefully hold this, like note the position here as best you can. Hand tighten that. Now let me get under here.
Nope.
And then this is the trick. You have to tighten this without letting it tighten the screw too. So I don't usually go super tight because nope. That's
Wow.
not bad.
You didn't have to do it 10 times like the other side.
Yeah, the practice side.
The practice side.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean.
So what you can do to make sure it's not hitting the valve and damaging them, if they aren't already damaged, is just use your ratchet on the side of the
Yeah.
flywheel and see if it turns over.
Okay.
That way we don't have to try to spin the tire or whatever. So
Okay,
just pay attention to being able to go around 2 full turns. Okay, the intake
there's
valves
one.
are opening, so this is
Okay.
where it would hit.
It's hitting.
Poop. Okay.
So
now we know
something is still off.
that means the engine needs to be disassembled some.
Yeah, because that was a proper timing part. Dang it. I should probably just stand on this.
Yeah, just beat on it.
Yeah, beat on it.
Probably gonna have to take the head off.
Okay, so that's the next step. Well, I think we're good for now. Thank you for tuning in for this really cool new project that we obviously have a lot to learn on. We've got to dig into this engine and figure out how we set the time and take it apart. We'll probably need a new Muppet hand, but that's it. Check out some of the other videos. We'll throw some bloopers after this. We love you. We're going to take you out with the fist bump of friendship. Until next time, we'll pow. No, we have, I mean, there's no, we don't know. It's just like going in blind. Except we got a pen light. Okay.
So get the bore scope.
I thought that was kind of funny. I thought that was kind of funny. We're going in blind, except we got a pen light. I don't know. I really thought that was kind of funny.
Let's turn that to
Top dead.
What's going on over there? You a movie star.
He's a movie star.
Oh, you forgot your leaf.
Oh man, got distracted. Oh, we're already recording.
Think that's a good first video?
I think so.
Okay.
Do you?
Sure.
Do you?